Welcome back, class. Are you ready for a new lesson? In this lesson, we will learn a popular memory technique called the loci method, which dates back to 477 BC. When I say loci, it refers to the plural word locus, which means a place or location in Latin. Therefore, the method of loci is a memory technique where you mentally associate information with specific locations in a familiar space, like a room in your house, to easily recall it later by walking through that space in your mind. This tool significantly enhances memory by leveraging a fundamental aspect of how our brains work, regarding spatial awareness or location. For much of our history as hunter-gatherers, our survival depended less on memorizing numbers or complex terminology, and more on remembering critical locations like where to find clean water or the best spots to hunt for food. As a result, our brains have honed the ability to recall information based on spatial context or location. We can use the principles of this simple technique to enhance your memory, by linking the information you need to spaces in familiar locations. This method can be useful for remembering important details taught in the classroom. For instance, if you're enrolled in an anatomy and physiology course, and need to memorize the 12 cranial nerves, consider using a place you know well, like your home. Rather than relying on rote memorization or repeating the cranial nerves over and over, you can visualize your space and mentally assign each cranial nerve to a specific area within your home. When it's time to recall the 12 cranial nerves, all you need to do is take a mental walk through your home, and each space will help trigger your memory to recall a specific cranial nerve. This way, memorization becomes engaging and will help increase your chances of recalling the information when you need it most. In the textbook, Dr. Aubrey will guide you through an engaging exercise to develop a loci system using places you know well. In the meantime, let's practice learning the 12 cranial nerves by using my kitchen as our mental loci system. First, we should take a moment to review what these 12 cranial nerves are. 1 is olfactory. 2 is optic. 3 is oculomotor. 4 is trochlear. 5 is trigeminal, which has 3 main branches. 5-1, ophthalmic division. 5-2, maxillary division. 5-3, mandibular division. 6 is abducens. 7 is facial. 8 is vestibulocochlear. 9 is glossopharyngeal. 10 is vagus. And 11 is abducens. Let's imagine my kitchen, as we begin adding the 12 cranial nerves at specific spots around the room. As you start walking around the kitchen in a clockwise direction, the first item you see is the refrigerator. Imagine walking to the refrigerator, and there is a sign on the refrigerator door that says, olfactory. You're confused, so you open the door and see little olfactory people working on an assembly line, for food and beverages. Suddenly, everyone stops working and starts to sniff you. They don't like how you smell, so they close the refrigerator door. This is the first cranial nerve, the olfactory nerve. You now walk over to the pantry, and notice the pantry door has 2 eyes that open wide and start staring at you. Although freaky, you open the door and see a hopping tick, with large eyes that are also staring at you. Hopping tick, or hop and tick, is a reminder for optic. This is the second nerve, the optic nerve. You close the pantry door and walk over to the blender, but you notice that it has an awkward motor that seems to control the movement of your eyeballs when you turn it on. Awkward motor is used to remind you of oculomotor. This is the third nerve, the oculomotor nerve. Now, you walk over to the rice cooker. You open it and notice a small, glass-like, clear and see-through truck that is clearing a road path in the rice. The words truck and clear are used to remember trochlear. This is the fourth nerve, the trochlear nerve. You open the kitchen drawer below the rice cooker, and notice 3 beautiful gems on the drawer handle, which shine so brightly that they almost blind you. 3 or tri and the word gem trigger the brain to remember trigeminal. This is the 5th nerve, the trigeminal nerve. 3 or tri is also a reminder that the trigeminal nerve has 3 main branches. Let's go back to the kitchen to remember the 3 branches. You open the drawer and see 3 secret compartments shaped like a V. You rush to open the first latch for the compartment and see something on a fake mannequin's hand. You take it off, and it is a tall mit. The words off, tall, and mit are used to remember ophthalmic. This is the first of the trochlear nerve ophthalmic division V1. With curiosity, you open the latch for the second compartment and see Mad Max hitting a guy named Larry Bird in the mouth. Max and Larry are used to remember maxillary. This is the second branch maxillary division V2. Now you open the last compartment and see a man with a bib covering his lower jaw, and he tells you his name is Ferris Bueller. Man, bib, and Bueller used to remember mandibular. This is the third branch mandibular division V2. You now have a mental and visual filing system for the first 5 cranial nerves based on the locations in My Kitchen. Of course, this is a system I've created using My Kitchen, so I recommend you take a moment to recreate and reorganize the story using the spaces located in your kitchen or even a different room if you prefer. Notice how the word substitution doesn't have to sound exactly the same. It can be an image or a word with a similar sound or rhyme. It's just a memory prompt to help you recall the actual term. This memory technique harnesses the power of imagination, activating different areas of your brain to enhance memory retention. With consistent practice, your imagination will improve at linking concepts to items within your loci system, or applying word substitutions to boost your recall. Over time, with practice, the capacity to do word substitution and association will become effortless, as your brain's ability to recall becomes limitless. Your homework assignment is to create your own loci system and remember the remaining 7 cranial nerves. In upcoming lessons, I'll teach you how to use this system in other areas of your academic life. I'll see you in our next lesson.